very busy. Got a very special episode today. This might be the best episode by far. I got a Hall of Famer with me. I will go through his whole resume, but it might take me 2 years just to get through it. The one and only, the 1 in 7 billion. With Killer T.
How you doing, sir?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm blessed, man.
I'm gonna let you go to give your own introduction. I don't want to mess up or miss anything out.
Oh, no, man. You know, I'm a student at Jackson State University. Class of 2021. About to graduate in a couple days. First generation college student. I'm a journalism and media studies major. My main focus really is, success.
Yeah.
So when folks ask me what are you good at, or what's your strong suit, I just say being great.
Yeah.
Just being great. I don't wanna do nothing halfway. I hate losing with a passion, and I just wanna be great. So you really can't just put me in one category as far as collegiate wise, as far as my major, because I got some room in business.
Yeah.
Room in political science, engineering. I try to dive into everything a little bit so I can get a nice mixture of this experience. So.
Yeah, actually got a little part on something. I know some people say you be a jack of all trades but a master of none, but I think the exact opposite. Because you know a little bit about everything to get your networking tool.
You know a little bit about a lot instead of a lot about a little.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's all about how you play it.
Yeah. So tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from the south side of Chicago, Aldale Gardens to be exact. People got many things to say about Chicago, mainly negative.
Yeah.
And when I first got here at Jackson State, that was one of the thing that kind of threw me off, why everybody kind of trying to judge. If y'all ain't know, 80% of the campus is from Chicago. So I guess before my arrival, people here had already set a false narrative about us being from Chicago. So when you get here, people automatically put you in a box.
Yeah.
He do this, he do that, they kill us, they some drug dealers, they crack cars, they mean, they rude, they ain't got no manners, they aggressive, they drive bad, all this, all that, they ain't got no hospitality, it's just the worst thing. But for a while I was disputing it, trying to go back and forth, and I had to catch myself. I said, well, if I'm all those things and I come from all those things that you say, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So that don't even matter to me.
Alright, so that's how you got started. So take us down to your high school over to coming into college.
Well, in high school, really my whole life I've been a star athlete. Anybody from my neighborhood, my family could vouch for that. I don't gotta just say that. Basketball was my strong suit. I definitely believe I had a shot at going to the league. I had suffered my first injury in 8th grade, right before our season. In the preseason tournament, I had broke my when I broke, I had a high ankle sprain and a foot fracture, and I was out the whole season into the last 3 games before the playoffs. So I was out November, December, January, February, and I came back in March and worked my butt off, got us to what's the game before the championship game? The
semifinals.
Yeah, semifinals. Lost by 3 points. Individual who I'm gonna say it was my fault because I'm the leader, but the individual who made us lose that game, I don't wanna ever see him again. So I think that probably the last time I cried. But came to high school. I got recruited by a lot of different high schools before the injury. I was one of the top 20 recruits out of my class just from playing AAU and stuff. So after I had broke my foot and came back in the tournament, a lot of those schools really weren't looking at me no more as far as basketball. So all my options was really limited. So I had the school I was at, which was Larry Hawkins, it was 7th through 12th. Julian High School and Corliss High School, and then Carver High School, which is our neighborhood school. My whole family went to that school. If y'all know Tim Hardaway, Jason Avant, they come from Carver. They played in the NBA and NFL. So I went there, played varsity my freshman year. Started on Fosoff. We had a real good season Fosoff, and I was in stride. Sophomore year come. Play varsity and everything, and then I got hurt again same foot in summer league, going into my sophomore year, and I was also playing football. So that kind of like put a damper like my whole athletic, career. Cause now it's like other people coming up, and like now like that spot ain't that no more. So I thought I could like, kind of like just come back like how I did in 8th grade, but like nah, cause the game fast, you gotta be stronger, you gotta be better. So my junior year, I want to try back out for the team for basketball, and I made it, but the role that they wanted me to play was like, that ain't my role. I gotta be the man. I can't just be there. So I switched the whole game up. Since I was in 7th grade, I was always into, well, mainly way before 7th grade, I was always into cameras, into pictures, doing videos, just like cool stuff like that. I would always do it. So at the end of my junior year, for my birthday, well, really, in the beginning of junior year, I had bought my first camera. But like I started like really taking it serious, like at the end of junior year, in 2015, I started just going around and taking pictures of everything going on in the school. And like our school was so broke allegedly, because in CPS and the budget, we ain't had no media department, no coverage or nothing at our school. So I started doing it. You go on YouTube, my first YouTube channel with TIG TV. I covered all the events going on at school as if I worked for the school. I was a student still. So that's when I like found my passion for like journalism, videography, photography, and then my senior, I created the senior yearbook. Our school haven't had a yearbook since 2005. It was 2016. Almost 10 years we didn't have a yearbook. More than 10 years we didn't have a yearbook. So I did the whole yearbook by myself. Took all the pictures, did all the graphics, artwork, and everything. And from there, I graduated high school. I ain't know what I was gonna do, but I knew I was gonna be involved in something creative, something big. I wasn't gonna never just do nothing regular. So I'll never forget my job that I had at Home Depot on 87 and Dan Ryan. They had released me, and they wasn't bringing me back in the winter and fall for the seasonal position. So they hired me for the summer. Speeches, so they hired me for the summer cup. All right, so that was the best thing that happened to me. Yeah. Because now I'm like on my own. I think I had like $32 to my name for like 8 weeks in the semester until I got a job interview. Got my job, started saving my money. I never looked back.
Well, tell us how you got to picking, like what school you wanted to go to when you got about.
After I graduated high school, I went to community college, Kenny King College. It's on the south side of Chicago in Inglewood.
Yeah. Well,
some may say it's one of the worst areas in the United States. I say, well, if it is, look what it produced.
Yeah. Some of the best
students, some of the best, faculty members I had at community college. So that was a blessing for me as well. And when I was there, it was like the same thing as high school. We had one sports team and dancers. No, we had two sports teams and dancers. We had a soccer team and a men's women's basketball team. That's all we had. We didn't have no media program for covering sports far as like writing. We had a radio program at media, but I didn't want to do radio. So like I did in high school, I invented it myself, being proclaiming self-active. I started my own sports blog called the TIG Sports Report, where I cover all the home games for the boys basketball team, taking pictures and writing up on articles, all the games, full coverage. The whole 2 seasons I was there, and at the end of each semester I printed out the book with all the pictures and all the articles and sold them for $25. Sold 500 books for $25. You do the math.
I get it.
I'm doing that in junior college while working 2 jobs. I was a full-time student, 3.5 GPA, worked 2 part-time jobs, and was doing my own thing. So
your brain was real. Most people say I do full-time school. If I get a part-time job, I might even get a 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
I got two part-time jobs.
Yeah.
I work a job Monday through Friday at park district, like a rec center with the kids,
Yeah.
sports instructor. And then Saturday and Sunday, I worked at Chicago White Sox as a stand attendant, serving food.
So what really got you up into it, and how did you make that step to going in and then business owner, and then that's what photography and videography?
Well, as a business owner, I always knew, like, I ain't wanna, like, at a young age, like, my family and my parents gave me and my brother everything we needed, everything we wanted. But just as a man, like, after a certain age, like 11, like, it didn't feel right for me to ask my mother for $200 for no basketball shoe.
Yeah.
That just ain't, or for no video game. Like, that just ain't feel right. I want to go get it myself. So we can go back a little bit. I ain't even tell y'all this. I sold candy from the age of 12 until 22.
So,
So in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all through high school, junior college, and while I was here at Jackson State, just selling Chicago snacks and stuff to the kids in the dorm. I always gotta, even like if I make $5 a day, I did something. That's something I could account for. I just can't live a day and it not be unfulfilled in some type of way, because there's too many good people out here that wish they could come back, and I wish they could come back. So I gotta make it a day count. So we talk about a business owner. I always knew I wanted to have my own stuff and be at my own mercy. I don't want my mercy to be at nobody else having to depend on them paying me. My homie just told me the other day, he said jobs stand for just over broke.
yeah, that really is.
So everybody gotta start somewhere, but you don't want to get comfortable. So when I had said previously, like when I had got released from Home Depot, the best thing that ever happened to me, I was 18 years old. There's people that's still there.
Yeah.
It's been there for 15, 16 years, or they've been there since I've been there. They came in with me. We the same age. They got laxed in that mix, which is cool and fine. But I knew that was never for me. I gotta have my own. I gotta live my life how I want to live, spend how I want to spend, and do the things that I want for the people that I love, and no expense. So that's what really drove me to be a business owner.
With that saying, you just said jobs have just being over broke.
Just
know
over
somebody
broke.
that started off down in Mississippi, minimum wage $7.25. So you'll start $7.25. So think about it. They graduated 5 years ago. They might get to $9 now. They might get to $9.
Minimum wage in Chicago. My first job, I got paid $12.50 an hour. Then the next year, I got paid $15 an hour, and it would keep going up. But even then, like
You can't live off that.
$15 an hour, but I'm leaving. Like I'm working 2 jobs and going to school and doing my other stuff. So my body fried.
Yeah.
So my check may be, what it is, but I can't move out the hood off this.
Yeah.
I gotta, say this and properly invest it. That's why. Another thing, having good and steady relationships with people, regardless of who they are and what their title is, can go a long way. The lady in the graphic design building at Kenny King, I had to ask her, can I come use the computer lab to design my outline for my blog that I was doing on the basketball team. And she allowed me to come during class that she was having, teaching everybody how to do what I was trying to do, and I didn't even have that class on my schedule.
So,
And she printed out all 500 of those books, no charge. She said, young man, you're gonna be something in life. I just want to help you get there. I sold them $25 a piece. I made sure I took care of it after that. And I ain't even had to. But that's another thing. When you in business, everybody's so quick for a buck, everybody's so quick for $1, they'll do anything. I don't believe in I believe people take things in the wrong context, like when Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. That means something. That don't mean you about to do anything to get anywhere, because there's certain things that I'm not ever doing for nobody, for no position, or for no title. So you gotta just know that going in the door.
You gotta know your morals and your means.
You gotta align your morals and your means with those who you in business with, because that's how you're gonna be viewed and judged. Some folks just don't care. They care about the dollar. And you know, in some instances in life, you can become thirsty, but you don't want to get so, so down bad and so, overzealous to the point to where you want to compromise on yourself and your integrity, big integrity.
So how's your experience during your internship this year working across with Dion and the teams and all that? I know a lot of people just like, hey, I need him to go take my picture. I'm going to go do my graduation stuff. And they do football, basketball, baseball, volleyball.
Now look though, check it. Before Coach Brown, shout out to Coach Deion Sanders, head football coach at Jackson State. But before he came here, they didn't have no media department like full covering the football team. Really no sport, to be honest. So like I said, how I did in high school, how I did in junior college, I'ma always have that same mentality. They don't get it, I'ma provide it. And I'm not getting paid for none of this, but I'm out working. So 2019, I'm going to all the games, still taking pictures, doing my articles, doing my thing. And that's what led up to me being qualified for the internship. So now I get the internship over there, shout out, Ahmad Lot. And it was just the best experience I could have ever had, and like the worst time. Like the world changed so much since last March. For me personally, and with like everything else, that life as we knew it really had to kind of stop and get readjusted. So me just experiencing that, it was one of the best things ever could have happened to me, and I'm just so blessed to have received that opportunity, because I know what it's worth for real. So working with them over there, it's fun. It's funny, and I just try to just soak up as much as I can. One thing Coach Brown, he say pretty often. He even got on the wall in the building. He say a play don't care who make it.
Yeah.
He always be saying that, like, a play don't care who make it. So I just incorporated that into my my ecosystem. Like, play don't care who make it, so it might as well be you. So that's how everything lead up to where it is now. You see what I'm saying? Always been, productive, self-aware, and just not waiting. Like, I ain't gonna wait for you to say, well, kid, we have a program in line for you to do. I'm gonna do my own stuff. Yeah. Then by the time y'all get it, I'm either gonna surpass you or collab with you.
Yeah.
So that's just me, and that fit perfect with the system. And on top of all that, I still, cover every other sport. I didn't even have to.
Yep.
Baseball, basketball, soccer, volleyball. I covered every sport, but on bowling, track, and tennis, I could never get up with them for their schedule. But I covered all the other main sports. Didn't have to. When nobody asked me to do it, I didn't have to do nothing. But me always trying to be better, always want to be greater. I'm gonna do it anyway.
I like that mentality, because a lot of people just out here like, nah, I ain't getting paid for that. That you don't get paid for it. Well, you can't buy the experience.
You can't buy it, and that's why I said about working over there. You can't. I wouldn't trade that experience in for nothing, like, because that's as close. That was the closest I'm gonna get as a student to where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
As far as the professional world, you right there on ESPN. You right there on TV. Y'all going viral every day. I'm contributing to that. I'm a part of the team, so it's a blessing, man. And it's right here on our campus. Like, this ain't like we can't see it. This is right here.
All right. So tell everybody how exactly, when you first started, what was some of your day-to-day activities versus now some of your day-to-day activities?
Talking about in college?
So just say first time you picked up a camera and you said, I'm about to get serious with this, and started doing it, to now what you do, what some of your day-to-day activities are?
When I was a shorty, like for my 9th birthday, I got a Kodak camera. I got a Kodak camera, the one that it's like the older digital camera.
Yeah.
I got one of those for my 9th birthday. That was 2006. Yeah, that was my 9th birthday, and like I used to just take pictures of like my family and stuff. And then like I got my uncle's old video camera, and I just started like recording everything, like me playing basketball, my grandma cooking, just stuff like that. So from then to now, I say what changed was my level of understanding and expertise. So like before I came to Jackson State, I had like a certain knowledge about photography and videography. And I met my homeboy from Chicago. We went to the same junior college in Chicago, but we didn't know each other there. We met here. He really the one that helped me and really introduced me to like, nah, you gotta pay attention to this, lighting, where the sun coming from, you gotta get these lenses, you know what I'm saying, you gotta learn how to pose people, you know what I'm saying, like he really the one that gave me like the game on really how to take it to a whole nother level. And I just used, everything he gave me and built on top of it. So day to day, I, be up, just watching on YouTube tutorials, how to do this, how to do that, how to frame pictures, how to edit pictures, lighting, contrast, different stuff like that, skin tones, how to copy and paste on Photoshop, like bumps and stuff, like bad skin, how to do all that. And then, just always trying to learn every day, like every day, trying to learn something, like trying to fulfill something in my day to my craft and my passion.
I don't think people realize how powerful YouTube University and Professor Google is.
Yeah. Like you gotta think, it's only so much you're gonna get out of a 50 to 60 minute class with like 20 other people.
Yeah.
Unless you really tap in with the professor, but 9 times out of 10, we be ready to go once the class over with anyway.
And then they teach them out there, teaching the way you learn. You may have a different learning style from the way they teach it.
And I feel like my learning style is give me the stuff, let me go through it and see if I get it, and I'm gonna come back and ask you for a question. That's my learning style, but that ain't how school works.
Yeah.
So, I also took a photojournalism class on spring 2020. I took a photojournalism class, and that class kind of gave me like the mechanics, like really like the textbook of everything and why everything is the way it is. If I was being a photojournalist, so you gotta incorporate both. You gotta incorporate trial and error and the curriculum. Like you can't just do one without the other. You can't know everything, how to do everything, but don't got no experience. Don't like don't be out shooting. Or you can't just be out shooting, pressing buttons, and you don't know why you're doing it. So you gotta have both, in my opinion.
What's up? I had like this experience I had, like a teacher I had. She was telling me this story. It's a class we had to write like a 5-page paper. But everybody got their papers back. Everybody had bad grades. So we went in like, what we were doing wrong? So I knew y'all was authentic. Y'all just went just research some stuff. But most y'all copied and pasted, try to switch the words around. So tell me about your story. She went around the class. We'll tell you a little something about it, but we wouldn't just in depth with it.
Yeah.
So you like can't treat this class just like some you just in here for. Drop the class you on. Then like a lot of football going in the class. You put in work outside of practice. You gotta put in work outside.
I tell people I'm gonna go back where I'm from. Even as just being like young men of youth coming up in this society, the limit on success and the ceiling for success is so low. You either gonna be, where I'm from, a basketball player.
Yeah.
Everybody in my hood play basketball. I don't care what they look like, what condition they in physically, if they in jail, if they on drugs. Everybody play basketball. play basketball, you're gonna sell drugs, you're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna die. That's it. Only for a long time, up until like I was probably 19 or 20, I didn't believe, even when I was in junior college, I didn't believe you can go to school for no other reason but to play basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I never, because in school coming up, they ain't telling you can go do this, you can go do that. They telling you, they ask you, what you want to be when you grow up? Everybody's saying basketball player. Well, y'all know, y'all gotta go to college because you can't, come out of high school no more. So we just picking a school that's good in basketball. We don't care about the curriculum and everything that's going on. So that's the lid they put on us, and it's hard to really persevere and break out of that. So that's why people be like, man, F this school stuff, cause and then like you got people who so easily influenced. You got folks going around all on social media saying, oh, school is a waste of money, it's a scam, this, that, and the third. You can really relate that to anything. School to me was a blessing. School probably saved my life being, away from Chicago. And I got an opportunity to really maximize my potential and actually be something like for me. I ain't telling everybody to go to school because I ain't everybody route. But if you in it, you should try to take it as far as you can take it. Don't just be in it, don't just cruise. You gotta try to take it as far as you can take it, man. And like, the hard part about our people is, not only do we can't come together for nothing but a funeral, but we don't want to see each other be great. Like, it's like if it ain't me, I ain't gonna support it.
There's a lot of envy around.
Man, for no reason though, cause we all on the same level.
Yeah.
We all go to the same school. Man, you live in the same dorm. We in the
Yeah.
same dorm. We in the same washing machine. We park our cars in the same parking lot. We all supposed to be in this together, and it's good when a few of us can like come together. But just look how much they put in there to separate us. Like, these different. You got just all this unseparatism. So you just gotta find your way. If anybody out there watching this, young people, elders, whatever, you gotta just find your way. And my grandfather used to say, if it was supposed to miss, it wouldn't have hit, and it was supposed to hit, it wouldn't have missed.
Yep.
What's meant for you is meant for you. What's not will never be.
I know you gotta get up out here. I got one more question for you now. So
I can do this all day. This is what I do.
alright. So what would you tell this up and becoming photographer? Just trying to learn what to do, just starting out, going out, maybe he's going to parties, trying to record some parties, get pictures, walking around doing something. What'd you tell him?
Get out there. Get out there. Get your face known. Get your name known. Get your work known. Get your credibility up. At some particular point, you gotta go out there and test out and see where you at. You gotta test it out. Get out there. That's what I did.
Yep.
On the back end, just getting out there, you gotta make sure, because in every business is some type of,